Hello and welcome back to Captain of Industry. So we have got our farms and the food processing largely planned. There's a little bit of movement needs to happen, but we need to finish off this area first. We have made a beautiful ramp down here and we're working on this side now with lots of digger teams involved in that. And we are starting to ramp up this side. So at the very end of the last video, if you watched to the very last second, you would have seen me bemoan the fact that I forgot to do salt. One of the things we talked about, the ingredients for a couple of the things up here, meat, I think. That's not meat. Where's meat? Yeah, meat needs salt. The sausages need salt. Where are sausages? Sausages need salt, and also snacks, which are there, also need salt. So we do need to increase our salt output. Currently, we have this down here. We have 2 of these doing salt, 2 of them doing brine. The 2 doing salt are only the standard evaporation ponds, so not the powered ones, so they only make 3 each. Currently we are struggling a little bit for salt, and also 4 of these, which take 48 water each, are fed by a single seawater pump that only produces 108. So weirdly, it's not quite doing as you might want it to up there. It's struggling a little bit. We've got a bunch of things struggling to reach a destination. What are you trying to get to? You're trying to get to potatoes. Why are you trying to get to potatoes? You're probably trying to take them down here, I guess, but don't worry about it. You don't do that. You don't do potatoes. I think that's probably going to fix most of them. I think they were all trying to get potatoes for some reason. That's fine. That'll disappear in a moment, hopefully. So in terms of salt, we need, I think it's 30 salt. We have 2 options. You can get salt in 2 ways. You can turn seawater directly into 6 salt, or you can turn brine into more salt. So we would need 3 of these to get the salt we would need, which would give us 36 salt. But to get 3 of those running, we would need 6 of these to get the brine we would need to do that. So obviously that ratio is terrible. We would need more seawater pumps, we'd need more of the evaporation ponds. That's not sensible. So we're going to do something with these. Not built there, but that's what we're going to need to run it all. On the other hand, you can make salt from brine, I hear you say. Well, yes, you can. Well, where do we have a lot of brine? We have some down here, and we have some up in the gold production. This, I believe, is making some brine for us, and we are throwing a little bit of that brine away into its own little special pipe. Are we throwing enough away to worry about salt? Well, this only makes 42 brine when it does run. Some of that brine goes over here to be used in this, so in theory, that's not making a lot, and also the gold is full, so this isn't even running. And the salt needed... Oh, I've deleted them now. What's the alternative recipe? It would need 96 brine, so that on its own wouldn't even be able to make enough brine to do it. So that's probably not worth worrying about. But we do have, over here, we have 4 desalinators here making brine for us, which gets thrown into these up here. Nope. It goes somewhere. Oh, they're used to make chlorine. That's what the brine's for there. It's used to make chlorine. We also have another 16 desalinators down here. Oh, yes. So when I was looking into salt, so I mentioned at the end of the last video, I said, oh, we forgot to do salt. That's because when I was doing all my farm planning in between videos, and I was looking at where we could maybe get salt from, I noticed that these were all full of brine. And they're all full of brine because the brine pipe isn't connected to anything. So that's a bit silly. So let's connect this. Should we just connect this directly up here? It'd be nice if it could look nice somewhere. I can connect it there. That doesn't look too bad. Let's do that. So these make 6 brine each. 8 times 6 is 48. So potentially more brine going through this pipe than it can handle. So let's upgrade this one. Did we just upgrade that one? Yes, we did. There we go. This one goes all the way over to the balancer over here, so that's fine. So currently we are just throwing away brine we don't need, and as you can see we are chucking away. This takes 60 brine, so each time those start spurting out brine, that's 60 brine that's just being thrown away, which seems unnecessary, doesn't it? That seems unnecessary. So we could throw that brine into some salt farms down here. Salt farms the right word? I don't know. So what we can do is we can come over to where this massive pipe is. We can get rid of a couple of these. We can unity that away. We can turn the speed up so it runs a bit faster. We can get a pipe balancer. Pop that in there. Unity that. We can take an output from this, which I guess will make a Mark III pipe, just because the other ones are Mark III pipes. Let's bring that in over here at height 3. Ooh. Bring that to there. We'll make that one the priority out, so it tries to do these. I figured we'll do 3 to start with, because I don't know how much we're actually going to be producing. And I want to put these out of the way a little bit. Let's line them up with that black line, because that makes me feel happy. So let's pop those there. And then they need, if we're going to do brine, it's going to be 96, so they're going to need Mark II pipes. Let's just copy that over there and then get a Mark II pipe. Connect that from there to there, and there to there, and there. Oh, we moved them further over so the pipe doesn't go far enough anyway. That's fine. And then there to there. Okay, let's get those built. Let's get that pipe built. And then we're going to need some storage for these. So let's get ourselves a loose container. That's probably excessive for the amount of salt we need. Let's just pop this one over here. Turn on the ignore blocking other outputs or inputs. Pop that there. Build that. Build that. I didn't give you the recipe for some reason, so now you have the recipe. So there we go. Oh, that does not need to be a Mark III. And I am actually going to downgrade these because it's just a bit of a waste of maintenance and everything for that otherwise. Because they only chuck out 12 salt, so they only need to really be a Mark I. So let's get all of those downgraded. And immediately we are producing quite a lot of salt, really. Quite a lot of salt. Are we still chucking any brine away? Let's just watch these for a moment. If we're still chucking brine away, then we'll put another one down. But it seems like we are taking care of most of the brine. So that's fine. We can mark this to be just emptied where it can be. Or do we need to? Let's not do that, actually. The salt input buckets, like we have for the glass, which is just here, should be marked to be, yeah, putting stuff in it. So that's fine. Because this is actually holding up our glass production. We are, in fact, out of glass, which is kind of terrifying. And that's because it's missing the salt. It's got everything else. It's got sand coming in. It's got limestone. It's not getting sand fast enough. Because there's a tiny little piece of Mark I belt there. Just holding everything up. Alright, so now it's getting sand fast enough. But what we don't have is salt. We need more of that salt coming in. So I'm going to tell trucks to keep that. Do we need full? If we say, what can the big trucks carry? They can carry 180, can't they? So let's knock it up to 180 so a big truck can come and do that if it needs to. We have a low supply of naphtha. So let's pause a couple more of these. Just to try and maintain that. Because I think we are using naphtha in a couple of other places. Our hydrogen fuel plant is up and running. That's beautiful. The tree harvesters are struggling, but they're going to. That's fine. You're blocked because you are full of rock and dirt. The dirt we cannot put anywhere at the moment. Or we can. We put the dirt over here. So let's assign you. If I assign you to that, I don't know if you'll now only export to that, which isn't necessarily what I want, but I do want these emptied. It'd be nice if there was a, you can, if you have a route assigned, you can say accept assigned only. But you can't do it if there's an export route where you say export only to assigned. I don't think that's going to be a massive problem. This one is also going to need that as well. The rest of them are, well, I'd say they're doing okay, but I mean, it's doing okay. It's just currently they don't currently have anywhere to dump dirt. That's what's holding them up, really. So we are going to have stuff to do with dirt soon. I just don't know if we're quite there. I suppose we can do a bunch of stuff up here, can't we? Because we know we're going to have, not a lot really, but let's do a little bit up here. So let's get the dirt tower. We're going to edit your area. Where are you at the moment? Where are you at the moment? Oh, you're down here. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to draw a new rectangle. We're going to draw you up here. Bearing in mind there is a ramp there, which is actually useful. So let's not do that ramp. So we can do probably this bit. So let's do that bit. And then dumping designation, let's get rid of all of this and this and this. And we can say flat 14 across all of that. And a little bit extra there, and a little bit extra there. And a little bit up there. Cool. So that'll get some dirt going somewhere. We have managed to ramp up to the top of this now, which is beautiful. Beautiful. How are they doing here? They are nearly done with this. Some vehicles can't reach the excavator. I don't know why. Why can't you go? It's because you've managed to... Okay. How? Is it because there isn't a ramp there or something? No, I do want you doing all of that area. But you don't need to do that because there's only... Then, but if we dig up, there won't be dirt and rock underneath, mightn't there? Okay, let's pop that back to a 3. And then... I didn't want to do that. So what have we got going on over here? It's very hard to tell. So if we say that's for ramp, which way are you ramping? You're ramping down. So ramp down there, and then flatten out to a, and then flatten out to a 3 there. And those of you that are complaining, I think we'll just have to recover you. And hopefully they will sort themselves out. But they're nearly done there. They're nearly done there. It looked like the areas need to be slightly expanded to account for... I don't really want the rectangles. I want to do this. And let's do the other one as well. just did that one. I'm getting myself very confused. This one, edit area. There it is. Okay. Hopefully, and we're still getting a couple of them getting stuck. But there are trucks that I can see trucks driving down there, so I don't know. Like, there's trucks driving past you. You on like a special little hill? No, there's no reason for that. That's crazy. Okay, we're just going to recover you just to stop you from moaning. Whatever. No available place to dump products, you say. You have rock. Is that because we finished with this? Nope. There is lots of places to dump products, so you're just lying to me. Okay, so how are we doing down here for salt? We've got loads of salt now. I was going to build like all this, but we might not need that anymore. I'm just going to get rid of that. I think that's now surplus to requirements. That seems to be using up most of the brine, if not all of it, and making oodles of salt. So, cool. Which hopefully means this one is pretty much full, and we are making glass. Are we making more glass than we're producing is the question. Because we cannot fit another one of these here. Because of the pillars? I think it's just the pillars that are in the way. So we'd have to remove all those pillars, which is just a pain. I suppose I could just delete the bits and then... But it's going to be problematic figuring out what goes where. I don't want to build another one on the side because that blocks that. Well, we'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. We don't use glass for any of the maintenance, do we? No, so I'm not too fussed about that. We're using a lot for vehicle parts. That's just because the vehicle parts are still being taken over here, I presume. Pretty much, yep. We are out of sand here, though. So we have actually used up all of that sand, which is concerning. So I'm going to unpause. I'm going to unpause all of those. I'm going to unpause that belt. And I'm going to unpause that cargo ship. And I'm also, am I going to do this? Drops it down below. It then does take 3 years for it to, oh no. 360, it takes 6 months. Is that a problem? I don't know. I'm just going to leave it. It's fine. We've got quite a lot of diesel, right? Yeah, it's not a concern. Hydrogen, on the other hand, is actually getting quite low. And we are just flaring off hydrogen here. I'm going to pause this, because clearly that should not be flaring off hydrogen if we are full, if we're not full of hydrogen. There's no reason that should be happening. So let's pause that, because I feel like that's had a fairly adverse impact on our hydrogen. Interesting that that was going when the hydrogen is quite low. Interesting. Naphtha is ticking up again, which is great. We're just waiting for this, really. It's because they're not digging up a lot of dirt and rock down here anymore. We have space for dirt, so that should be fine. These should be, yeah, they're emptying, if not empty. Okay. So the other thing we might want to think about doing is starting to build some of the farms and stuff. Even if we build it and then pause it. Just because it's going to take a lot of construction parts. And I mean a lot of construction. Oh, the other thing actually we could do is start thinking about how we're going to get these belts down here. That's what we can do. So... Oh, I'm annoyed that that's there. I'm annoyed that... No, we're going to have to get rid of that first. So I want them coming down right at the edge. But it's not really an edge if that's all there, is it? Oh, okay. So, mining designation. Flat 14. Come down to probably about there. I don't know if we want to come in that bit there as well, because then we'd have to take stuff off of the off of the ramp, and I'm not too fussed about that. So if we do that, and then, is that ramping down? Now it's ramping down. So yeah, so if we do that, you guys are busy doing that. I might take one of the teams. Let's take this one and pop that over there. How are we doing in terms of dirt dumpering? We're doing pretty good, pretty good. So whilst that's all going on, because there's not a lot else we can do in the meantime, you're complaining about having too much rock? The rock is coming out, it's just not coming out fast enough for you to be happy about. Waste is slowly filling up, but we could always just do the old boop when that fills up, so that's probably fine. Yeah, rock is struggling a little bit, but that's probably fine. It'll get there. They have places to dump it. Although, none of you are doing anything, and there's rock like there. Maybe the big boys can't get down there. I'm guessing they definitely can't. Although, saying that, there's a lot of rock there as well. You're not assigned to anything, so why are you just sat there when there's all that rock to go get? I'm aware that it's a lower priority job, but if you're doing literally nothing, you should probably do that. You are complaining you have nowhere to dump slag, dirt, and rock. That's because this is filled with rock, so you don't want to put it anywhere. And we're actually also full of slag. Really could do with this stuff being emptied. Really could do with this stuff being emptied. That's not assigned to anything, so why are you, who are also not assigned to anything, not coming and emptying this? There's over 180 in there, which is what you can carry. And slag is part of our global dump. I get why you're not dropping anything off. That's fine. But why are you not being picked up? Huh. Huh. What? Are you stuck? No, because I just saw you drive down there. You're going to get rock from there. Why is nobody coming to get rock from... Can you not get there? So you can drive along there. You can come around here. You can get under here. You can't get past this one, however. Yes, you can, because I just watched trucks do it, so you can get there. Literally no reason for you not to be... I think I just saw a truck. What did you just pick up? Rock. Yeah, I think a truck just picked up rock from there. So why are you not? I don't know. Okay, well, trucks can do it. That's all that really matters. Let's just let them do their thing. Why? Ah, so this one, which I've assigned to over here, has not moved over there because the excavators are filled with stuff because they can't get rid of anything. Okay. So maybe we pop in massive storage. We get some Mark III belts. Hello. Why can I not? Okay, fine, whatever. That's weird. And then we'll build those. And then we'll also upgrade this one to a Mark III. At least that'll get that rock out of there, so it'll accept new inputs. There we go, it's now going to accept new inputs, and you're still trying to get rid of rock. We can do that. Don't really care about that one so much, but you may as well leave it on that, I suppose. It's not going to hurt anything. Okay. Right. I think that's okay now. I don't know whether we need to put in a large sorter for this, because this can only handle 240 throughput anyway. Which is why the Mark III belt isn't really doing a lot, whereas these can do 2,400. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Did I just Unity that? You're now preparing the upgrade. Okay. So we're clearly struggling a little bit. So let's deal with this situation. And it's been a problem for a little while. It also means we'll be able to get the waste outputted. Not that I think we can do anything with the waste, because trucks can't get down there. We're full of biomass again. Is that because we're struggling to get rid of the waste? No, we're just full of biomass. We're not struggling to get rid of the compost, because that's also being turned into dirt, although the dirt is full. So maybe... I mean, we're not struggling to get rid of the compost, though, because it's... Yeah, we just need more of these, I think. So let's bosh. There we go. Unity. Let's do that. And if we come over here, this one is being built. We're going to have to get rid of those belts and Unity those away. Yeah, no to all of you. No to all of you. No thank you. It's because I copied that one up there. So we want rock. We want sand. We want dirt. We want, not too bothered about copper or iron or any of that, because we don't have any of that in there at the moment. And the waste has disappeared. Oh, it just got rid of all the stuff that was in there. Sorry, shipyard. Okay, that's fine, whatever. So we're going to copy that belt. We're going to put this up here. We then want a Mark II belt for the sand. And the dirt, we don't want there because we want to save one for slag. So let's do slag first. Slag isn't on there. Oh, hold on. Pause game. Yeah, we don't want a lot of this stuff on here. We do want sand, we want dirt, we don't want copper, we don't want iron. I don't think we want limestone. Wrong button. I don't think we want those. We want coal? No. We want slag. And we want waste. So it's assigned... What have I taken off there? Dirt. No, we do need dirt. What order are my boxes in? Dirt is last. We've got rock, sand, slag. You should be dirt. And then we'll put slag. We'll put waste on that one, but we're not expecting much. We also had gold ore for some reason. But I'm not going to put that one on again because I don't know if we need that. Right, let's Unity all of those, get that up and running again. Cool, okay. And they are running over there to dump in a lot of products. Yes, has that kept its... Yes, assignments it has. Okay. I feel like that had more assignments. Did we not have other towers assigned to it as well? We'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Truck is struggling to get a destination it can reach. If I just blocked off the wood storage. No, you're trying to come to this. Don't worry about that. Why are you doing that? It's fine. Oh, on the other hand, this is a problem. So we are out of steel. We are out of mechanical parts. Why are we out of steel? What are we missing for steel? We are missing iron ore. Why? Why are we missing iron ore? Because they're up there digging up a little bit of nothingness. Okay. In fact, they've ran out of stuff for it to mine. Okay. That's great, because you've done exactly what I wanted you to, that means. And it's also great, because that is old rock there, so we haven't got to go down any further. But we do need you to quite hurriedly come and dig out some actual copper, please, and thank you. Copper, iron, you know what I meant. So go and do that, like, yesterday, immediately, right this absolute second. So we don't need any of that at the moment. Yeah, that's right. What we do want to do is fill this in a little bit. At 13. Oh, there is some just there, look. That might not matter. That might just be far enough where we don't care too much. But let's get that filled in. And then we can probably come down to about there. Let's come to there. We might just have to forsake that little bit that's in there. But let's do that. We're going to need that filled in at some point when they get around to it. Again, a full box of... Oh, I've got trucks coming to get it. Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to moan about that too much. What else we got going on? Low supply of mechanical parts. That will hopefully be solved soon with this iron coming in. You went and got some more quartz. That's fantastic. So we can pause you. That is costing us massive amounts of... Oh, it's not now for some reason. Okay. We are losing unity, but only a little bit. So I'm not too fussed about that. And as long as these are... can I put an alert? I can't put an alert on these to tell me when they're empty, which is a bit of a shame, but that's fine. Not enough maintenance too. That's because we don't have any mechanical parts. Oh, we haven't had a little death spiral for a while, have we? Where is my beautiful, beautiful iron? A little bit there. Here it comes. Okay, so when that gets there, we'll be okay. We just need it to get there first. Started dumping into this, which is fantastic. The Flattenator has nothing to mine, which is wonderful. It's because you've done such a fantastic, amazing job. Can you go and help? Not that there's a lot more to do over here, but go and help these, deal with this. I don't think that's going to impact any of the pillars because they're all on flat ground, so that we should be okay there. Dirt-wise, the dirt is currently over here, isn't it? They have finished doing that. So if we take that off, it shouldn't have any major impact. So let's get the dirt tower first. Let's do this in the right order, otherwise we'll break things. We want to bring you over here. Oh, there's a little bit more. Okay, hang on then, before we worry about that. Let's remove that so stuff doesn't get confusing. So you're just trying to fill in the edge of this ramp. I see. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to let you go. I'm just going to let you go. You do what you need to do. Although you are now dumping dirt in there. I think that's because I just very briefly put that designation there. That's not the end of the world, if we're being honest. That's okay. The iron ore is on its way. It's on its way. It is coming. Just be patient. Please be patient. So the flattenator and the flattenatoriora have finished doing what they're doing, which means if we put a leveling designation in over here, and we want to continue this all the way up to there, and all the way up to, we want to just carry that on, right? All the way up to there. And then we also want to come in flat here at a 3 and bring that all the way across there. I think there is some, there's not a lot there that is not part of a slope. I think that's pretty much it. There's a little bit there, maybe that one we don't really care about, but there's a lot of slope there apart from that. So we also want to do, it's probably going to break those buckets. This one we'll do at a 4, just so it doesn't break the buckets. I'm okay with that. Bring it back to flat at a 3, and let's also, whoa, make sure we're not on the ramp. So I think we can also get rid of, is that at a 4? Don't do that. Do it at a 3, please. Yeah, do that. Do that. Don't worry about that. Okay, I think that's okay. So if we come over here, edit area, draw a new rectangle, you can now do any of that you want. In fact, no, I want you to focus on this bit first, because I want to be able to start filling in some of this soon. So that's you, and then we need to do you, edit area, new rectangle, and let's also put you over there. That should give all of you something to do. You have very nearly finished this area. There's just a little bit there that I think you are trying to do still. Oh, so we've got 1 square of 12 there. Okay, well, if we're going to have that square of 12, we might as well dump that to 13, right? And that down there. May as well. Okay, so you've done all of that. Do I care about that little bit of dirt, that little bit of rock that's there? Oh, I really don't know. I was sort of hoping there wouldn't be rock down there. That was my fervent hope. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I'm not going to worry too much about it. But it's looking quite beautiful there. Look at that. It's lovely. So we think about trying to get those belts down there at some point. We probably don't need this bridge anymore. Let's get rid of that. That's serving very little purpose for us. You are going over there to do something over here. Okay, that's fine. We are struggling to get rid of dirt. We have iron coming in now. We do have iron coming in now. So we should start making steel soon, which is going to fix our maintenance problem, because we're going to have things breaking very, very soon. So we could come over here now and say, nope, don't do it in the wrong order, because you'll mess things up and you'll be frustrated. So the dirt dumpinator, if we bring this over here, you could at least do this. Probably without causing too many issues. So then if we get rid of everything in there, and we say height 4 there, and then ramp up, which I'm hoping you're doing, you are. And this should be flat. Okay, so we've got a little place to dump some dirt. When you're handily right there. And you're busy expanding that ramp just a fraction. Okay. I've got no idea why all of you are just sat there still. I'm sure there's oodles of rock to get rid of. Oh, no, there actually isn't. So, okay, you'll probably be doing fine. We do have the ability to get rid of a little bit of dirt, so let's just mark that to say let's try and get rid of some of that if you can. As long as none of you go and put it in the back here. That's my main concern. Ah, but you're on accept assigned only at the moment, so you're not going to do that. Where are you going? You're going all the way up there. You're fine. You do you, mate. You do you. Whatever. So, how are we doing? 42 minutes. Okie dokie. We were doing a couple of vehicle upgrades. We upgraded some excavators, I think. Did we? Yes, we did. So we could actually put some mega trucks on that now. So let's put 6 mega trucks and get rid of, let's say we need 14, 2 for each of those. That should free some mega trucks up, some smaller trucks up if they need to do any flat style deliveries. How's all this looking? Not jammed is the answer, so that's fine. That's fine. And salt, so much salt, more salt than we could possibly know what to do with. It looks like this has broken again. Why have you broken again? You don't have disinfectant. Why don't you have disinfectant? Because you don't have ethanol. Why don't you have ethanol? Because you don't have corn mash. Why don't we have corn mash? Because we've got a tiny little bit of sugarcane on the belt. How long has that been there? 500 years. Unbelievable. Oh, it's because... No, the sugar joins after. No, that's fine then. Yeah, okay. Well, that'll get some corn mash, that'll get some ethanol. Hopefully we'll actually be able to make some of that. Probably that's why my maintenance went down, because I ran out of medical supplies a long time ago. Right, how are we looking over here? What we're looking for, steel and mechanical parts. Yeah, mechanical parts are fine. Steel is not backing up yet, but that's absolutely fine. It's just because we're smashing through so many of these. We are making maintenance. It's going to take a little while for it to catch up, but we're doing okay. Looks like you have filled that in, and it also looks like that has largely been done. It looks like that has largely been done. Okay, so let's pause the game so we don't break anything. Let's come over to the dirt tower. Let's edit your area. Let's just move you so you're covering... I suppose it doesn't matter too much. Like, where is it? Oh, it goes all the way over there, doesn't it? Let's come over to there. Dumping designation. We've got 14 up to there, because then we have this ramp down here, which at some point we're going to have to sacrifice. Bring that down to 4, and then go flat 4. All over there wherever you can. Cool, that should get you doing something. Let's get that finished off. That is looking so nice. It looks so much better than it did before. Not sure what we're going to do with the corner we end up with over here. That's a concern for another day again. That's a future man's problem. That's what that is. We are still trying to fill in this hole, aren't we? Yeah, it's just... They're just doing other things now. They just have other places to dump, so they are. Look at this absolute cluster truck we've got going on down here. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. But, you know, they're doing a good job, so let's just leave them be. They are going to fill that in no time at all. So what else do we have to think about? Medical 3, that's the other thing we need to think about. We now have Medical 3. So we can now change this over to being Medical 3. Boop, boop, boop. And I'm assuming we would have the same requirements for Medical 3. We need 23 Medical 2. We need 23 Medical 3. That's fine. So we would need just one of these running. Same as we just need one of those running. So if we want just one of these running, we need 24 anesthetics and 24 morphine. We will just copy... Oh, I got a proper little tickle in my throat again. Anesthetics, which makes 24. That's useful. And morphine. So we're going to need poppy seeds for this. So where did we get to with the farms? I'm talking to myself there because you weren't here for this bit. So we've got the soybeans, and then we've got nothing, then we've got nothing. So we do have potatoes there. I think that was just something I put there as a temporary thing. Nothing, 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 and then it's soybean, soybean, soybean. Okay, so let's just do poppies here. So poppies. Right, that will get us 10 poppies. We need 12 poppies to make 24. So, your poppies, you are also going to be poppies. We need acid. Do we truck that in or do we make it? And we also need glass. Glass we probably will truck in, I imagine. So we are going to have to pipe up hydrogen. So for piping up hydrogen, should we just belt the glass in as well? Glass is backing up now, by the way, which is lovely. And acid, how do we make acid again? We need sulfur and water. We're already bringing sulfur up here, aren't we? We're already bringing sulfur up here, and we already have water up here. So why not take a feed off of the sulfur, take a bit of the water, which is just here, and make some acid? Okay, this is all seeming quite doable. We also need ammonia. We are making ammonia somewhere here. So we just need another 6 ammonia. So we need another one of those. So I'm going to have to just bear with me while I am updating my notes. So we need, we're going to say 20 poppies. And in brackets 12. We need another 6 ammonia, which comes from this. So we actually need 12 hydrogen. And where we have ammonia, we now need 2 of those. We are making how many oxygen? We're making 2 air separators, which is going to give us plenty of nitrogen. That's not going to be a problem. Okay, so that's the ammonia sorted. Hydrogen fluoride, however, comes from a settling tank. So we need one of these. We need acid for both of those. So I think it probably is worth making acid here, but probably only in a Mark 1. That gets us 36 acid. That needs 6. That needs 6. That's plenty. That makes 12 hydrogen fluoride. We need 12 hydrogen fluoride. So this is going to get quite wide over here. We need glass. We'll pipe that in. We can obviously pipe that in. And then we need steel. Do we already have steel here? We do. That's perfect. Okay. So, which way are you going? So let's pop you this way. We're going to pop you in. You only have one output, don't you? Which is the... so you're a 3 input. So actually, we're going to have to shuffle this back a little bit. And let's get rid of that. I could use lifts, I suppose. Where have I done 3 somewhere else? Did I use lifts? Lifts? Yeah, I did. Alright then, that's fine. Let's use lifts. Lifts. Why have I lost the ability to say lifts? Okay, and we'll get rid of a bit more of that. So you actually get to see a little bit of this planning, this food sorting place in action now. Aren't you lucky? So we're going to need 1 there at height 1, 1 there at height 1, 1 there at height 1. We then need flip 1 there at height 2, and height 2, and then we need a standard little belt coming out, which is going to go there. You're going to go there. You're going to go there. You're going to come over here at height 1, turn magnet off. Height 1 over to there. Height 1 over to there. And then height 2 over to there. Height 2 over to there. Height 2 over to there. And I suppose we should probably actually join that in. Just use the box. Whatever, that's fine. Use the box. Hasn't put boxes over there. So let's just pop a box in there, and there, and there. Okay, that's fine. Let's cut that, move that a little bit closer. Is that lined up? Yeah, okay. So let's pop that in there. Let's get rid of that. Connect those up. Excellent. You are going up, but you don't need to go up because you're actually going to need to go into a box somewhere. So let's do that. I don't think there's another tier of medical that's coming. Medical supplies are down there. No, I think this is the highest tier of medical. So that's fine. That's just going to go into a box. Let's just do that. Let's copy a big box. I like big box and I cannot lie. Right, let's pop that there. You are going to be medical supplies 3. We need a height 5 lift. So you're going to go there. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to go there. Nope. Height 4 lift. 1, 2, 3. I feel like I might press that 4 times. No, that looks right. And you are going to come out here. We're going to turn off magnet. And we're going to bring you down there, which now gives us our full 12 belts, which I do kind of love. You are going to connect there, although we know we're going to have to do other stuff about that. That's fine. Let's move those out of the way for the minute. Let's put that over there. You are struggling to find a destination. What are you trying to reach? That. I think the little trucks are going to sort it out for you. Don't worry about it. It's all fine. Excavator is struggling to find a destination it can reach. Does that mean that you've ran out of stuff to mine? Pretty much. This sand mine is emptying out. So let's get rid of that. And then that. And then we're going to have to bring that back to hopefully not destroy that, any of that. But I am deeply concerned. I'm going to take that one off for the minute. And also that and that and that. Although you can't get over there yet. But that's fine. Okay, that gives you something to do. Go have fun. What else we got going on? David Walker, haul trucks, that's all fine. We have a low supply of iron ore. It's sort of lying to us. It's fine. What was I doing? Medical supplies. Okay, so you have all run out of places to dump dirt again. We might just have to add dirt into the global dump, although we're not doing too badly for dirt at the moment. I could, if I turn off accept assigned only, that gives you guys somewhere to go and throw that for the minute. And then when you're all empty, I'm going to turn that back on. Because I don't think anyone's going to go there, pick up dirt and put it there. Because we're not requesting dirt there. I just don't trust them. No, that should be fine. Because we're not requesting dirt there. We're just telling that to... If we're telling that to empty... and it knows there's space there, I am deeply concerned that it's just going to go and pick up dirt there and put it over there. So let's just wait for all of these to empty so the trucks are free and able to do other things. And then we're going to turn that back on. Cool. Right. So we have medical 2 so far. So we were going to look at this next, weren't we? So let's pop this in here. It only has the one output, which is going to be the anesthetics, which are going to come out of here. So we're going to take this. We're going to put this to here. We're going to bring this up to height 1. And we're going to pop that there. And then we're going to get rid of that and that. And then we're going to join those two together. And we're going to turn magnet back on. Like that. And then we're going to make sure that's actually connected because we had magnet. There we go. And you needed ammonia and hydrogen fluoride. So the ammonia comes out of one of these out of here. So the ammonia is this pipe here. So if we take this over to here, bring it down here. So what I've been doing is I've been, as you can see, putting down 3 of everything. Just so we have it, so it's in like a tileable configuration. Just so that I know we can easily expand if we need to. Even if we're not going to need 3, it just gives me some peace of mind. Just gives me some peace of mind. So that's that. We also need hydrogen fluoride and steel. So steel is going to come in on a flat belt. So let's get that now before we get confused. So you are going to be steel, which is going to come in from over there somewhere. And then we need the hydrogen fluoride, which is going to come from this. So you are going to go down... How many outputs do you have? Hydrogen fluoride and slag. How annoying that you do slag. I don't think we've had to deal with that anywhere else. No. Okay. So let's pop you down there. It doesn't really matter. Let's just leave you there. So you are going to come up to here at height 2. We're going to turn off magnet. We're going to pop you there. We're going to bring you down to there. We are going to connect that. Turn on magnet to there. We are going to connect that to there. We are going to connect that to there. Obviously, that's not enough to run all of them, but that's fine. That is going to have to be ever so slightly different. I might have to bring this back another one, because we have to get that slag out of there as well, don't we? So let's pop that there. And then we can't connect that there, because I was going to put it there, but we can't do that because of the slag that's got to come out. So let's put all of these in. Can't put you there because you're too close to a connector. Hilarious. None of you need to be Mark IIs. And then we'll do something like this. A little bit hawky-balky, but it's fine. It works. I'm okay with that. And you need rock. Oh. Okay. Well, the slag's going to have to come out to... Where do I put them? Right up against it. Slag's going to come to there. And we're going to put in loose storage 2. We're going to pop that there. You are going to be slag. Yes, we will have to set that to mark to be emptied. But right now I haven't done any of that for any of these. So that's fine. I'm not too worried. Are we filling up with dirt everywhere? No, we're doing okay at the moment. Not enough maintenance, however. Because we're out of steel again. How are we out of steel again? You don't have molten steel. You have that, because you can't get rid of your exhaust. What's going on with my exhaust? So the exhaust comes down here. It is absolutely rammer-damned. We should be able to handle 480. Mark III pipe can carry... so that, I think what we need to do is... Well, that's already a Mark IV pipe. When does it drop down to a Mark III pipe is the question. There. So if you upgrade a bunch of these, we're still in steel territory, so I'm still gonna continue to upgrade them. I think we're now out of steel territory, so that should be fine. So you're still not getting rid of your exhaust. Mark IV, Mark IV, Mark IV. Mark IV, Mark IV, Mark IV, Mark IV, Mark IV. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. 4, 4, 4. You bored of me saying 4 yet? 4, 4. 4, 4, 4 goes into this. Which has 4 outputs but 2 inputs. We also get an input from this side. These pipes can send 450 and connect into these. So maybe we upgrade these. And maybe we also upgrade this. Oh, we actually don't have enough parts to do that, because I don't have any steel. Don't tell me you need steel to build. Okay, we're going to build you. Just in case we're having issues. We don't have limestone. We're not processing it because we don't have limestone. Because nothing's bringing limestone up here. Priority 7. So this is our limestone output bucket. We just don't have a lot of limestone. What? Well, you've got yourself stuck, so that's not helping a darn thing. And it looks like you're going to be digging out a lot of rock as it currently stands, which is not going to help us in the slightest. So I would like you to come over here. You are both set to prioritize, nope, limestone and limestone. And I would like to make you a mega excavator and give you a couple of trucks. I don't have the steel to do that, so there's no point in really doing that until we sort this problem out. So maybe what I'll do is I will take one of you off and a couple of your trucks. You don't be greedy. And I will add you down here. We have another excavator available. But you already had 2. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, so hopefully that'll start getting us some extra limestone. You are mainly digging up limestone. Okay. Okay. In the meantime... So there is one more output on this balancer. It's not ideal, but let's say if we build a big old smokestack, stick you there, give you a big old pipe into there, prioritize those 4 outputs, and then Unity U and U if we can, which we can. And let's just start venting that disgusting pollution. It's not ideal. I will grant you it's not ideal. I'd rather not have our pollution go up and our health go down. But on the other hand, I would rather not have no steel. So, you know, that's my primary focus. That's my primary focus, is getting steel running. So we should see this all start moving again. Not very fast, admittedly. So maybe we upgrade this. I didn't want to make this a Mark IV, but we do have a Mark IV pipe coming in, I suppose, so... Okay, we're starting to make steel again, so I'm just going to ignore that and hope it fixes itself. How are we doing over here? Oh, that looks absolutely beautiful. There are a couple of annoying pieces of dirt left behind. This bit, I'm not so worried about. That's fine. This bit it immediately frustrates me. So we are going to do something about this. Software crash, yay! On the plus side, I noticed pretty quick, so that's maybe not too bad. We also need to get rid of this little hillock at some point. That pillock of a hillock. So right now, these are both over there. I don't really want to move mega excavators over. So what I might do is I might say, take those off of there. Add those onto there. And then this is going to be like our fast response team. These are the ones who are just going to zip around. Doing what you need to do. So you're going to go there first. You're going to dig that up for me. And then you're going to come over here and you're going to dig this up for me. Which is probably... going to leave stuff underneath, isn't it? So if we come over here at height 4, there at height 3, same thing up to there, and then flat 3 there. In fact, just flat 3 like all the way along. Okay, and then you're going to do that afterwards. Which I don't think is currently part of a... No, so that's fine. So you are hopefully still filling in this massive hole. You are. It is getting there. We probably need to get rid of this as well. That's not going to be any good for anyone, is it? Okay. We are running out of stuff because things are breaking because of maintenance. But we have steel coming in now, which is the main thing. Hopefully, if we look over here, we've got a good chunk of limestone there. We have 3 diggers over here digging out limestone, hopefully. Limestone, hopefully. But you do mainly seem to be digging up rock. So let's get rid of that. And also that. Go and focus over there where there is clearly limestone. And I might even get the speedy digger team out here to dig a ramp down because there's not a lot there, but it's good. The Flatinator and the Flatinatorior have nothing to dig. Well, of all the things to be a problem, that is not one of them. So the Flatinator We're going to edit your area. We're just going to shuffle you over to there. The Flattenatorio team. Yep, that's fine. Go do that. You guys are going to come over here. Rectangle right there, please. Thank you muchly. So there should now be no area over. What are you doing? Yeah, don't do it. Whatever you're thinking about doing, don't do it. Dirt, edit area. Ah, you were just going to dump dirt over there, so that's actually okay. 4. Whoop. Let's get that filled in. Excellent. So you have moved over to doing that. You have come over to do that. Right, what were we doing? We were looking at you. You need acid. You need rock. Well, rock we can do. So let's get one of these belts. Start from this end because it just makes life easier. Rock, rock, rock. And then you are going to have to come in to... Try that again. You are going to have to come in to here. We're going to copy one of these. We're going to pop you... Nope. We're going to spin you around. We're going to pop you there. You are going to be rock. Okay. Something else we have to bring up. Hey diddly ho. It's what it is. No place to dump products, but there are no trucks waiting there to dump products. It's you, is it? You have nowhere to dump rock. Well, there, for example, would be great. I don't know why you wouldn't put it right there. So I'm going to ignore you for the minute and assume you're going to sort yourself out. Yeah, we have mechanical parts coming in. They're slowly stocking up. They're also being used quite fast for the maintenance. That's fine. We have a lot of naphtha again, so let's unpause a couple of those. We have a low supply of sulfur, which we actually sort of do. How is the sulfur down here? We've got lots of sulfur here. I'm not concerned about that then. That's fine. These are all empty now, so let's pause all of those just to save us some amount of... You got 360 odd. We need 403, and you got how many? That's annoying. If it was over, I suppose it doesn't really matter. Let's just pause that belt. We don't want to fill it up with vehicle parts. A low supply of steel, but yeah, that's to be expected, but that should be sorting itself out now. We have a pretty consistent stream of steel coming in. You need 48, so it's probably okay that belt wasn't full coming in. Okay. I'd really like that to be filled in. I'd really, really, really like that to be filled in, please. Have you finished? No, you're still going. Okay, so what were we doing over here? Right, so we've got the rock. We need acid. Acid is going to come from this. So you are going to go there. Is that lined up? Yeah. So you're going to go there. Do you only kick out acid? You only kick out acid, so you are absolutely fine there. I do want to flip you so the acid comes out at the top. Otherwise, it's just not going to look as nice, and that would frustrate me. So you're going to come here. You're going to come up to here. We're going to come down here. We're going to go from here. Acid, acid, acid. What else needed acid? It wasn't you. It wasn't you. It must be you. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So we're going to want 3 of these. Nope, because you need to... So I'd normally have them so their water inputs faced each other, but I don't really want that this time. So we're not going to do that. The Flattenatorio has finished doing what it was doing. So you can probably... I mean, you say you finished, but you appear to be carrying on anyway. Have you finished? Yeah, you haven't finished. You're lying to me. So... Oh, yeah, no, that's wrong. So let's pop you there. Connect you to there. Connect you to there. Connect you to there. There's that. You need sulfur, which we can get somewhere. So you're going to come down here and go up there to get sulfur somewhere. We'll sort that out when we actually know what we're doing with that. Nope. No, thank you. F. There we go. And then you also need water, which is going to come from this magical pipe here. So we'll keep that at height 5. Bring that down here. And yes, I haven't dealt with any of the pipe sizes or anything yet. We're going to come back to that later on. I've just built everything at size 1 just so it's done and in place. Broken because of lack of maintenance. We're starting to tick up. So we also need... So we got up to the med 2s. So we need 24. Right, so we need... So I think I'm going to continue my list over here to run out of space. 1 assembler for med 3. You need 24, so we need 1 chem plant for anesthetics. For because I can't be bothered to spell the whole thing. We need 12 hydrogen fluoride, so we need 1 setlin for hydrogen fluoride. You need... We're only going to need 1 mixer. 1 mixer for acid. So what I want to do at some point is, like I say at the beginning, is actually start getting some of this built and paused, just because we've got a lot of construction parts in. So just bear in mind we've got a lot of construction parts in. We can't even select all of it to build because it's too much. But that's 7.2 thousand construction parts 2, 1,500 construction parts 1, 4,000 rubber, 6,000 construction parts 3. So it's a lot. So one of the things we could do is we could take these off. So we're actually just going to fill this up. I'm not overly concerned about doing that. I would love to put bigger rubber storage on. My concern is that I'm going to run out of sulfur. And also I'd have to delete those, and that's just going to complicate matters. So what I might just do is this. It's a bit silly because obviously only those two are feeding it, but it's extra rubber storage, and we're going to need a lot of rubber. We're going to need a lot of rubber for all them belts, and those belts are all Mark 1s at the moment, so that's only going to get worse. Okay, and then we need 1 chem plant for... What on earth is that? Morphine! Everyone's favourite. And you're going to need glass, but let's look at that in a second. So we're going to pop you this way. You are going to go here. You only have the 1 output. So we're going to get a flat belt. You're going to come here. You're going to come... Yeah, you're going to come out 1. You're going to go up there. You're going to come over to here. You're going to go up to height 1. You're going to go up to height 2. You're going to go up to height 3. You're going to go up to height 2. You're going to go like that. Perfect. So you're connected in there. You need poppies. So we need to, rather annoyingly, do something like this. And then connect these up so I don't forget to do that at a later date. Or so it's not too much of a pain when they're covered by my wonderful sorting system, and I will hear nothing spoken against it. How dare you. What can we do with poppies? If we have excess poppies, where do they go? Not in there. Not in there. Oh, they do. They go into an anaerobic digester. Ah, they're there. So we're just going to add poppies. And copy. You should also have poppies. Yeah, I do want that slightly further up the list. It needs to be probably about there-ish. Yeah. Cool. So then we need to come over here. We take a copy of this. We take this over to here. This is going to need to output roughly about there-ish. So let's pop that in there. We won't worry about connecting those up at the moment. We need a giant store. I'm assuming poppies are loose storage. Where do I normally put... Oh, I suppose I can't really see from up there. It's fine. So then we need to connect this up to... Oh, yeah. Where... It's normally 2 off of this. So I think that's in the right place. That one's 1 off of here. So you're 2 away from the balancer. You're 3 away from the balancer. So you are annoyingly in the wrong place. I might have to come back and fix that at some point. So 3 away from the balancer, so it puts you right up against this, which should be fine. So if you pop you in there, yeah, you now fit into there nicely. You don't fit there so nicely, but that's fine. The poppies go back onto that. The poppies don't do poppies. The poppies don't do anything else, so we don't need to worry about putting a balancer on them or anything. So we will just take a belt out for this. We'll bring that straight down here and we'll go poppies. You also need acid and you need glass. So actually, that needs to go back a little bit. So we want... I want a flat belt for glass. Flat belt for glass. So the glass is going to come up there. So the poppies are going to go there. So we're going to delete that and we're going to just do that. Okay. And then we want 3 of these. Just because. Just because. Perfect. We'll take this down a little further. And then we can't really copy it because it's going to mess everything up. That's fine. So we'll just do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. And we'll do that. And you need something else. You need acid, which is coming from these. Yes. So we're going to take you up to height 1, over to here, up to height 2, over here. And then acid, acid, acid. Perfect. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. You are... Nope. Get rid of that. Don't get rid of this. So this needs to come to here, come down to height 1, turn off snapping, come to there. You are facing the wrong way, so flip you around. We need to get some unit storage in, flip you around, connect you in there. You are going to be glass. Woo! So just for medical 3, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of things. That is crazy, but it is the last one we need. We do need, excuse me, we do need to connect a couple of extra things up, but I'm not going to worry about that too much until we can think about moving this down more. And this might be as far as we can take this. Because if we do much more of that, it's going to cause issues. So we could look at getting that filled in with dirt, because obviously that has finished over there. How are we doing for time? I've got no idea because it crashed and I didn't look at the time that it was when it crashed. Okay, so we need to change your area because you are going to mess everything up otherwise. So we're going to pop you to like here. Didn't want to do that. Just so you can still do what you need to do, and then I can come up here and I can get this filled in with dirt. So dirt tower, please. Edit area, rectangle. I want you to do... I actually want you to do a bit more than that. I want you to do that. And then we want to say dumping designation, get rid of all of that. Make that height 14 to there. And there, wherever you can. So we're probably going to end up dumping a little bit of dirt over the end, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. Then we can come over here and finish clearing this bit, filling this bit here in, and then we can think about moving this down. Not a lot. If we can get that down to there, it gives us more room for expansion should we need it. We're going to need to leave a bit of space, I suppose, for trucks. That might help. I might need to fill a bit more of that in just so trucks can get around there. We'll have to have a look at how much space that gives us in terms of... I can't really tell at the moment, can we? Because we need 5 tiles. That goes there. And yeah, there's only 4 to the right of it at the moment, I think. We'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, so they are just throwing dirt down there now, because dirt doesn't stack as neatly as granite. But it is what it is. We'll have to see if that has any impacts to destroying stuff later on. Maybe we just say that this bit is done. I don't know. Anyway, they have very nearly done that, which is fantastic. Maintenance is sorted. You are full of rock and limestone now. What a surprise, you're full of limestone. Is that because we have got an extra limestone digger going by any chance? Because you can no longer even go and... You won't know how to deliver limestone because you are... Yeah, what do we do about that? Because that's an output. We don't have a single load limestone input. Oh well, not concerned about it because we've got loads of limestone. Still have a low supply of sulfur. These should be doing better now. You have the limestone. You shouldn't be running at any point, but I guess I'll leave you there just in case. We have a high supply of naphtha still. We do, so let's unpause another... Yep, sure, another 2 of those, whatever. Hydrogen has not filled up as I was hoping it would. What did you just pick up? Why are you not getting naphtha? Oh, you're not getting naphtha because you're full of... Yeah, don't... None of you do that. You should be able to get naphtha from these pipes here. You shouldn't be having a problem getting naphtha. You're struggling a little bit to get naphtha. That's fine. You'll sort yourself out. You'll figure it out, mate. Don't worry. Yeah, little concerned that hydrogen is not going up as I would like. Now, we do have more hydrogen trucks, of course. But I would like to see that. We've paused that one. Can we remember what way this is set up? Is it prioritizing the diesel? Or is it prioritizing... It's hard to tell because the diesel's full, but so that's all coming down here. We do have a lot of fuel gas. So... let's do that, right? Ain't no reason for us not to do that. Got a lot of fuel gas, use it up making more hydrogen. Yeah, alright, that makes perfect sense. So that's going to produce us an extra 60 hydrogen, give or take. So we'll keep an eye on that, see if that starts going up. You have no place to dump products. You are trying to dump rock. You are going to go get some hydrogen. I mean, you'll figure it out. Is it just because we don't have anywhere to dump? Oh, we just don't have anywhere to dump. Hold on a second. Here we've got nowhere to dump because they're digging. They are past the dumping stage now. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see your problem now. I see your problem now. I agree, that is a problem for you. So we can put that one back in. Let's reinstate that. Let's reinstate that, I guess. And just to really cover ourselves, let's reinstate. Stop trying to go flat. Let's reinstate that as well. Okay, so now you have somewhere to put the rock. We can now get rid of all of that, and we can get rid of that, and we can get rid of that. How are we doing in terms of teraflops? We might need a little bit more. Yeah, let's just fill that one up. Why not? Why not? So that gets us a few more teraflops just to cover us off. Concerned with how empty this mine is starting to look. I think the coal, yeah, the coal goes back quite a way. Seems like we've got a lot of copper. Less iron. There's a little bit over here. Yeah. And it looks like there's a lot there, but bearing in mind how much we've already dug out and all the stuff that was on the surface, it's concerning to me. I think we've looked before at not contracts, trade. Yeah, I got the words wrong there, but you know what I meant. Iron. So we can import iron ore for vehicle parts again. We can import it for servers. Only 16 servers. We'd want 8, so 57 servers. Not going to do it for copper. So vehicle parts or servers? I mean, servers is quite like a high thing, but only 57 gets us 5,000 iron ore. I don't... No place to dump products. It's because it's filled with dirt, is it? Wait, are people... Hold on. I feel like people are dumping stuff over here and you're trying to dig it out at the same time. Because you have been going for way too long. Not dumping. That is definitely what was happening. 100%. Looks like there's a little bit over here we need to get rid of. Oh no, that's a ramp, isn't it? Yeah, I think we just need to take that back. One more. That's 100% what's been happening there. With low supply of steel still? I think we're making steel about as fast as we can. We are making steel as fast as we can. We are almost full of mechanical parts, and our maintenance is almost... That's probably what it is the maintenance probably doesn't always tick over every 60 seconds. But where the situation we're in, it obviously did. Do we need to think about getting more steel again? Which means getting these two up and running with this one. I mean, that's a lot of steel. I am concerned that we have used all but 2 of our steel. What are you carrying that you think you can't get rid of? You've got a tiny bit of copper. Of course you've got a tiny bit of copper. Copper. Fine. Sorted. Have you not finished? Oh, so you've got to do all that now as well. I wanted to get those belts done today. We didn't get around to that. That's fine. We can do that another time. I really do need to finish up because I feel like this has been over an hour and a half now. It feels like it's been a long time. And it's also, oh my god, it's so very late. My wife is going to be furious. You finished mining. That's fine. We'll deal with that next time. Maybe we need to start thinking about potentially getting a vehicle contract in. I said it was 57 servers. Oh, you do only make 2 at a time, so maybe that isn't all that great a deal. I was like, if they make like 15, then that's going to be not that bad a situation, but no. Steel looks like it's going to not back up, but it is outputting a lot more onto this belt now, which is great. But yeah, concerned we only have 2 more steel runs left to build, and potentially a lot more steel needed for other stuff. Like if we upgraded all of these, we would need an extra lot of steel. I suppose we would get rid of these and turn these into steel productions rather than iron. We'd just carry on this way, wouldn't we? Because I don't know that we're ever going to need more iron. Iron is only used for these, which could be moved over to steel if we really wanted to. So I suppose that's an idea. We expand steel over, and if we need more steel again, we just make all of these steel and we put that onto the steel recipe, which doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Cool. So, a lot of terraforming today. We have finished off this side here. We have got a lot of stuff done over here. When we start filling this in with dirt, which actually we could start doing now, we can then start thinking about getting rid of this as well. But we need to move these belts first. So next time we need to move the belts. We need to get the flattenator something to dig up. We need to fill in this little hole here. We need to get this filled in with dirt, so we have a guaranteed ramp access between the 2 levels, which we don't really currently have. These are going to hopefully dig out the rest of all this, which is going to be amazing. We need to move all this down here when we are satisfied that this little bit here is filled in with dirt. Whew. There's a lot for us to worry about, and it's just the game that keeps on giving. We don't have any research going. Nope, it's a future me problem. Not even going to look. Hope you're enjoying Captain of Industry. If you are, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all those amazing things. I will see you next time, and as always... Is that new? It says to height 3, so they shouldn't be dumping any new stuff there. So I think that's just where we dumped rock before. Okay. I was concerned that I dumped more rock there than I already had, but I don't think I have. I think they're putting it in the right place. And that is all looking beautiful now, all filled in. Oh, I can't wait till this little... I'm quite excited about this. This is my... Apart from... I've like cut mountains down, but I've not done like any sort of serious terraforming projects. I think this is going to look really nice and neat. It's going to be amazing. Right. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for joining me.